Welcome to today's Premier Experts, your one-stop shop to find industry experts in a variety of niches. My name is Ray Perez, and I'm a global branding expert. I travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we've created this show to take advantage of their wealth of knowledge. I interview experts across different fields to learn what has made them become successful. When you interview people from a wide range of industries, those points of views brought together can create massive success for your business. Welcome to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today's special guest is Patricia Rogers, who is a business development strategist. But before we get into the interview, we have a special segment called $1 Million Mindset. This is where we get the opportunity to ask high-level CEOs what it takes to reach 7 figures and beyond. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Stephen Amiel. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer for Adler Branding and Marketing. We're an ad agency in New York, and we also have a technology division that is focused on improving the way that people engage brands online. We have some unique display advertising technology that makes it easy, fast, and simple, creating a frictionless experience for people both in time and in personalization. You know, one of the things that happens with entrepreneurs is we're very smart, we're very quick, and we tend to make decisions about things we see versus things we research. We're very quick to look at a situation, see a potential gap, and decide that that's the way it is for that entire industry. And it may not be true. Because quite often that there are business decisions that are made with suppliers and different workflows that have nothing to do with the efficiency you bring, but deal with other influences and issues that prevent your type of solution. That all could have been avoided if you did your homework. And doing your homework isn't speaking to 1 or 2 people and going to a conference. It's understanding what drives that industry. I grew up in the digital age when people were able to sell an idea off of a PowerPoint. You could raise money to do that. You were able to lead the charge for a customer. And what I did was I was able to deal with cash flow by becoming an advocate of the companies I work for. I earned my place at their table by taking my technology or the skills that I brought to them and helped to improve the way they sold and market. I helped to do their job. Now, when you do that, you will be rewarded with all of the support that that person, that organization can bring to bear to help you. And often that's financing. Often that's getting some money up front or getting paid in 10 days instead of 30 days. So when you're able to enroll a customer as an advocate, they will tend to be your advocate and support what you need to accomplish their goal. You know, it's very, very easy when you're building a business and it's all in your head, and the only things you need to do is take it from your head, get it out of your mouth, into your hands and feet, and do it. It's an entirely different skill set when your business grows, and now it has to grow away from you. It now has to develop the skills to replicate the thinking of an entrepreneur within that organization. And for me, it means I have to learn how to let go and let people make mistakes. People don't learn unless they make mistakes, and good management creates environments that allow them to happen without it being crippling, but really something that creates an opportunity for breakthrough for an individual. So the biggest distinction for me was learning how to let go when I really wanted my fingerprint on everything. One of the benefits of running a good organization is having the flexibility and room to allow for testing and allowing for people to spend some time on stretching themselves. And it might be their thinking, it might be their learning, it might be their experience in an area of the business they don't know. And you need to give people that opportunity. If you don't, you create a ceiling that they will never go through, right? So as an employer, we create how much room we want to give our employees to grow, to think. We're the ones that say good idea, bad idea in front of people. It's our responsibility to create an environment that it's safe and nurtures people to think beyond their current way of thinking.
What I like best about Brand in 2 Days is being able to intermingle with so many experts in whatever their specific spaces are.
The fact that I literally went from not knowing what direction to go in, how to present myself. I mean, I was just completely lost, and now I'm focused and I'm very clear about what I need to do, and that's life-changing for me.
A brand in 2 days is amazing because you literally brand in 2 days. So there's none of this back and forth. It was just such a gift to be able to actually get it done there.
The whole experience of being with business owners and entrepreneurs.
And it's not just the education. You walk away with actual branding material, photography, videography, your own 360 site. The types of people that can benefit from Brand in 2 Days are people like authors, consultants, speakers.
Anyone who is really the face of their business.
Anyone that's in the coaching industry.
And really anyone who wants to build a strong presence on social media.
Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. Next on the show is a special segment called Small Business Big Ideas. This is where we travel the country with the Small Business Expo, interviewing attendees and sponsors on their thoughts and experiences on a variety of topics.
So by having a job, early on when I was in my teens, I constantly had a limitation of my freedom, and there was this huge struggle of where I have to be, what I have to do, who I can become. And when I finally got up, I had this massive fear of, oh my gosh, I have to take this step to become a business owner. I actually, my boss helped me along. He helped me resign. Yeah, I got fired. And I was really scared then because it's like, oh my God, where am I gonna get clients from? And then I made this massive shift in my mindset to, well, how can I help people? And I became someone who was really helpful and connected with people and talked to people and became fascinated with what they wanted. And that's how my business started to grow, and I never really had to look back.
I chose to leave corporate America and start my own business because I wanted time. I wanted time with my family. I wanted control of my hours. I knew that there was no ground to my income, but there's also no ceiling.
From working a 9-to-5 job to wanting to work on my own, it's funny, we go from working like 8 hours a day to then signing ourselves up for working such an amount more when you're making that initial transition to working for yourself. And I guess that initial graft at the start is really needed, but what is I think fundamental when entering that space on your own is that you surround yourself by the right mentors.
I think if you're transitioning from having a job to having your own business, that idea that someone else is identifying to you what your workflow or schedule or agenda is, right? All of a sudden, you're left to your own measures, and that's fantastic. And you can have to be careful about that too, because if you're like me, I love opportunity and I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to the new. And if you follow that addiction, you end up starting a lot of things and not finishing any of them. So you have to be careful about your goals and your objectives and making sure that you're on track to achieve them.
So in the corporate world, I have worked for major corporations such as Starbucks. I was the director of a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. I've done a lot in the corporate world. I've managed or operated dozens of different restaurants over the course of my career. And transitioning into the world of entrepreneurship is kind of like jumping off the diving board and hoping that there's water below you. The good news is if you do it well, if you plan it out, and you have a great strategy to execute, there is water, and sometimes it's even heated.
Hello, I am Patricia Rogers, and I am a business development strategist. We provide programs that assist individuals on achieving their next level of success, not only in their life, but in their business as well. I find that individuals who are working for corporate America and who have a desire to be their own boss, I see the need for the programs that we offer will assist them because they need to prepare prior to retiring. One of our clients that I was really proud of her because she started out as an entrepreneur and she had no idea whether she wanted to be an LLC, S-Corp, nonprofit. But once she communicated with our attorneys and they set her up legally, today I can say that she's a proud owner of a nonprofit organization. If you would like to connect with me, please contact me at patriciarogers360.com.
She is a retired correctional lieutenant, best-selling author, international speaker, business coach, and an event coordinator. She and her team have created the Entrepreneur Breakthrough System for individuals looking to shift themselves from the corporate arena to the role of an entrepreneur. Her system consists of 9 programs and includes several levels of business building services. She inspires individuals to discover their unique talents and transform them into a sustainable business. So let's dive right into our interview with our special guest, Patricia Rogers. Welcome to the show, Pat.
Well, thank you, Ray, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Awesome. So I'm very excited to have you on the show. We've been working together for quite a while, and I've been seeing you on your journey, transitioning from corporate America to being an entrepreneur. Yes. And congratulations on that. I know how much of a challenge it is to do that transition.
Yes, it is.
So I just kind of want you to give us a little bit of background on where you came from, and then we'll talk about where you're going now in the future.
Well, where I came from was corporate America. I came from corporate America after working 29 years. I worked in law enforcement. I retired as a correctional lieutenant, which means I supervised a facility shift, whatever shift I was assigned to. And I oversaw the inmate population for that particular shift, as well as all of the employees that was assigned to that shift. So that was a huge responsibility. Sometimes the inmate population, it's gotten lower now, but it used to be up to 7,000. I mean, just in any given shift, and then you're talking about 80 to 100 or whatever, so employees. So.
Now 29 years, that's a pretty long time. What made you want to transition over to entrepreneurship?
Well, as I said, I'm retired, and when we retired, that was my second phase of life, and I knew it was coming because that was the goal, that was the vision I had in view when I started working for corporate America, my career in law enforcement, which I love so dearly. I love serving people, but I did know that it was coming to an end, and I knew that in order for me to enjoy life and to just get whatever was out there for me, I had to prepare, and I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew that I wanted to take control of my own destiny. I knew that I have a lot of gifts, talents, skills inside of me that I've developed down through the years that I would love to share with other people, and that's what I do.
And that is exactly what you're doing, because now you've taken your passion and your purpose and really for serving others, because I've watched you and I've seen you, and now you've turned this into an entire business. So can you share a little bit about what it is that you're doing now that you are retired from corporate America and have transitioned to being a full-time entrepreneur, and what are you doing for others now?
Well, I serve others. First of all, I'm a business development strategist, and what I do is I provide programs, accountability programs. That word is very powerful to me, because if you're not accountable to the change that you want in your life, you will not reach your plateau. Absolutely. So that one word is very important, and I hold people accountable. That's powerful, because what happens in corporate America is that we are told what to do, when to do it. The rules are written. We have to play by their standards, and everything is written out. It's just a roadmap. But as an entrepreneur, when people want to transition from corporate America, like myself, and I say that because I've done it and I'm still doing it, learning is always ongoing. As is the fact that in corporate America, you're told what to do, but as an entrepreneur, I have to develop those rules, I have to develop those plans, I have to develop those programs, and you're part of the program, branding. There are certain things that individuals need in order to establish a good foundation for them to succeed as an entrepreneur in today's society. And that's where I come in at, because what I did when I started off, Ray, I did not know where I was going. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know what it all entailed. So the first thing I should have done was invested in a coach. Do you agree?
100%, no questions asked.
But because you don't know what you don't know. So now that I know what it takes to transition, my goal for me and for the people I serve, Ray, is to tell the story. Help them go from where they are to where they would desire to be, so that they can take their gifts, their talents, and their hobbies and turn it into a business as well.
And I love that, because being an entrepreneur, like you said, you have to write your own rules. And it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because if you're not used to doing that, it's very easy just to kind of be doing a lot of things, but not accomplishing anything. And holding yourself accountable is tough. And I do believe that having a team, having the right team and the right coaches will put you in the right direction and allow you to achieve more success in a shorter amount of time. So I love that you're doing that. And besides the coaching and the consulting, you're doing live events, right? I know you're traveling the country now doing these different live events, and your coaching isn't only for people that are transitioning from corporate America. It's for anyone who just wants to expand and grow their businesses, correct?
Absolutely. You have a lot of individuals who start off as a business owner. I'm gonna say it like this: you can buy a package for $99 and say that you multi-level marketing.
Correct.
But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, you still have to be developed. Yep. You still have to have habits. Your habits have to change so that you can be in control and so that you can have that discipline that you need. So there are some people who start off on these journeys, even in their own businesses, whatever the business is, and what happens is that they lose sight. So we help them get on track, and we help those individuals get back on track and stay on track.
And how can people plug into your events?
Oh, they can find me all over social media. They can find me at patriciarogers360.com, and that will tie them into every social media site that I am on. And I do believe in being present.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, besides the coaching, besides the live events, you also provide legal services, correct?
Absolutely. That's part of some of the programs that we provide, because we believe that entrepreneurs should all have access to the legal system, to attorneys. They should be able to access an attorney at the drop of a dime, at the tap of an app, because once you personally are affected legally, and it does happen, it's going to occur. Once you are affected or I'm affected, guess what happens? My business is affected.
Yes.
So we believe that the first thing we need to do is have our attorneys to set our clients up legally and professionally, and give them that access that they need to ask any question that they want without being charged an additional fee. That's huge.
This is a very interesting concept that you started with. Prepare yourself for the possibility of anything in the future that's going to stop your or put a pause or hold to your business.
Well
and
said.
Legal is the number one thing.
Absolutely.
Because people don't ever think that it's going to happen to them. And when it does, it can completely stop or destroy someone's business.
Absolutely.
So I love the fact that you've incorporated that legal service first, whether it's for setting up your corporation or preparing your legal documents or your business, or also just preparing you for protection, or sometimes you just need an attorney to write a letter to someone just to resolve the issue. And it could be as simple as that, right?
Something else, when you said letter, Ray, I'm glad you brought that up, because letters, as an entrepreneur, how many times have we curtailed the cost for individuals? And that, I'm just saying, in life, or in life in general, and those individuals don't come through. So sometimes just to write that letter on your behalf to recoup those losses, is huge. And then that too is at no extra cost to the client.
So what you do is you take multiple services that an entrepreneur would need to be successful and grow their business, and you've partnered with multiple individuals to provide that. So kind of explain a little bit about how that network you've created works.
Okay, Unity in Service. What we do is just what you said. We provide the services, the programs that an individual needs to set that foundation for them to get started as an entrepreneur, to set up and grow their business. And what we've done, our services from Unity in Service, we specialize in, we've already discussed it, legal, our coaching sessions, which helps them stay focused on their why did you start in the first place? And then, of course, we help them get over those fears of public speaking, because if you're a client of Unity in Service, we're going to put you on that stage so you can market your services as well at no extra cost to you. And the way that the other services, which is about 9 steps, we would like to call it about 9 programs, 9 steps, however you want to label it. The bottom line is those are the basic foundations. And what we have done is partner with people like yourself. And those services that they need, we know how to direct them to individuals who will give them the services, help them get set up, and their cost is also reduced. Why? Because we partner with them.
Well, I look forward to partnering with you in the future. Got that on camera, right? Got that on film? I gotcha. And again, if people want to learn more about your services or connect with you, what's the best way that they can do that?
The best way for them to connect with me is they can email me at pat@unityinservice.net, or they can go to my website, patriciarogers360.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Pat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on today's Premier Experts. I'm Ray Perez, reminding you to never leave for tomorrow what you can do today, and always stay true to your brand. If you or anyone you know is an expert in a particular niche or industry, we would love to have a conversation about potentially being on the show. Just visit todayspremierexperts.com, click on Be a Guest, and fill out the form.